You know, my legs didn't have so much fucking hair on them. I'd probably wear shorts like that too. The shorts are really nice though. I'll give them that. All right, announcing players. Cool. So, let me see.
If you watch it wherever,
oh
whatever
shit.
time it is, wherever you watch World Tour, talk to him.
Okay.
Bruce Lee thing.
Yeah. Look, I know you went some crazy stuff going versus Noroma and winners. That's something.
Look at that.
Foreshadowing. But it's
took
into
through those
that's your
multiple...
shit, bro. That's your shit. I'm an atheist. I believe in physics. I believe in science. I'm science.
Okay.
It's bracket physics. You put the big bodies in a bracket, they're gonna run into each other. That's just how it works. UYU low high going up against Coas Games Noroma. Japan versus Korea matchup. We just saw this last month.
Good way to put it.
Korea Masters event for Tekken World Tour.
you put a bunch of big bodies in there. You're gonna get who's gonna they're gonna naturally get to each other. Okay.
This matchup kind of favors low high. They've run into each other a bunch of times in tournament.
Yeah, I'll just let
it favors low high overall, right? On some.
I was gonna say I'll just let what's it called? Obama do the deets because that's what he's really good at. Yeah, so like most of the time that these guys meet up and it's way in favor of low high, and that's for good reason, you know. Shaheen's a pretty good character for versus Jack. Jack's a character that has to go low a lot. He has a lot of slow buttons. Shaheen kind of eats those characters up quite a bit. So.
Been able to catch the win, and most of the time it's going to come from him. Well, see, the interesting thing here is character selection. That's always going to come up with Noroma. He runs maybe 3 or 4 different characters in tournament.
It is true. I'm actually surprised he picked Jack. But to be fair, I do think like even through everything, I think it's Jack's. I think Anakin's far enough to be his best character to the point that he should consider running Jack most, if not all the time, in like as opposed to like in bad matchups, like really bad matchups. This is an okay matchup. Oof.
Got blown up on a sidestep with a big boot.
Stuff him. No solicitors.
The struggle for low high
close the door.
Long-reaching normals, and again on this infinite stage, right, where he can kind of just back up for it as much as he wants to. The struggle is going to be low high to get in.
That was interesting. Oop. I'm on this page. This page. See, 2-4-2, no punish. See a lot. You see a lot of down forward checks here. Right, down forward one, down forward one. Trying to get a read on how he wants to attack, right? See like all the patience from Noroma. And this is something that gets low high in trouble a lot. In this matchup, try to whiff punish with down forward too. I'm surprised if you're gonna decide to whiff punish. I'm surprised you didn't just go for hop kick.
Sometimes just do nothing. And low high on the other end.
There it is. 2-1 punish. Look at the patience that Noroma's playing with. That's crazy. Look at this. This was such a crazy round for them. Look at this round. So he starts with a down back one, right? As soon as he starts with down back one, he tried to. So that 2-4-2 was actually really good because what he did is that he did a 2, right? And then he was like, all right, is this guy gonna fuss? Because if he's gonna try to throw a jab back at me or something like that, then I'm just gonna stuff him in the dirt with 4-2. And it didn't happen. So he didn't get punished for it. That's not the part that matters. What part that matters is that he's recognized sort of the style that Shaheen was gonna give him. So watch this.
And this is something that gets low high in trouble a lot. In this matchup, in this player matchup in particular, low high will Noroma will change up his timing, change up the way he stands sometimes, and actually sometimes just do nothing. Okay. And low high on the other end, sometimes.
All right, 2-1. Look at all of that he takes, right? Backs up. Down back one. Yeah. So. Yeah, Norma was looking really good. There was a lot of style switching in the middle of that set or around itself. Pick it up. Very nice. Drop the last part so you can get Oki. And, ooh, wow, run up down 4-2. I was going to say, like,
Yo, shoot your shot. Whenever you see someone having
Yo, shoot your shot.
I was gonna say he hasn't been low crushed yet, so I mean, keep going for those lows. Ooh, Wezen doesn't break the throw.
Going for the throw for the. He's on the board now.
For sure, you see that's so dangerous, right? When Lohai just walks up to you like that, crouches like that, it's the threat of either hop kick or the
Tried to
slide mix.
sidestep. He tried to. That was trying to him trying to beat the 2. So he did a down forward 1, which would put him at 0. Right, 0, -1. I don't know what Shaheen is, but that's generally the case. -1, you'd assume for most characters. And then he does a mini side step right down forward 2. Right, so he's expecting a jab for Jack. It would be a 2. So that's what I'm talking about. Naroma is mixing up his timing really well. Oof.
No, bro, you can't be talking about the
Lohai
that's a
though.
defeat.
Oh, and the slide.
Yeah, rolled away from the 4-3+4.
Tags in mid. You see Noroma starting to
Oof, look at that. Oh, Lohai
Goes in with the low four.
changed it up himself. Look at that.
Slide. Missing on the cartwheel.
Took over that patience, right? Look at that.
a little bit more step right too.
He was like, "Oh, you're gonna be patient, huh?"
Yeah, the down four to be able to close it out. So let's see, how does Noroma change up his timing now? This is where the match gets interesting. Jackhammer runs up, gets the low
Oof,
parry.
low parry.
Gonna get good return from this. Right off the bat.
2-2.
Mixing up these mids and these low pokes.
I try to get aggressive. 2-1, 2-1. Back it up.
Noroma out. There you go, talk to the hand. Testing with these lows.
Ooh,
Calls it out.
nice block.
You don't even. You see the response red.
That's a really good block because he needs to make a comeback, right? So you expect, oh, he's gonna go for a hop kick mix-up, but that was just a good read.
He tested him with it early on, finally brings it out towards the end. Noroma was waiting for it the entire time. This is kind of how this second go to, right? These two players in particular, like I said, they have a lot of competitive history.
I'm
against
surprised
each
he
other,
went back to an
especially in the
infinite.
past 2 to 3 years.
Not gonna lie.
The loser there has forgone the Lohai. He gave up his
With
right
punish?
to change the stage. Do you agree with this? He wants to stay on the Infinite Zero?
There you
It's a
go.
tough
Punish
call.
on the 4-2 that time.
I don't think Lohai would forget. By now, he's been competing for several events on Tekken World Tour since the rule change happened earlier this year. Maybe he just favors the stage, right? Maybe just wants to emphasize
2-3, got the punish.
Take away Noroma's wall challenge.
Well, he could have gotten knocked down actually. Now that I think about it.
Wall carry.
But 2-3 isn't terrible.
getting in on that with that
Second
wall
hit.
one pressure.
That down back 1 is for him trying to get up.
And this
Oof.
and this happens in between these two players in particular. They'll enter this kind of timing zone where they'll just walk up to each other, nobody does anything. Because the thing for Noroma, he's waiting for Lohai to commit the big buttons. And
There it
Mr.
is.
a big
Great
hop
whiff
kick or
punish.
Something like that, right?
Sidestep punish.
Stand on the ground.
Get up
So that way you
something like that, right?
stay on the ground, or if you don't try to roll back, this down back 2 or this stealth 2 doesn't hit you. But if you try to roll back, this thing will hit you. Well, it might have not hit him because
Get up mid kick, down forward two.
what's it called? He was slightly off axis.
I'm gonna take my damage
But that's the
here,
idea.
cool. Even on health, jackhammer block,
Down back 1, down back 1.
low jabs, man. Wow, was
Ooh,
trying to set up, trying to get
that
some
beat the.
those low jabs,
Oh, it just hit it first.
man.
So
Wow,
counter
trying to
hit.
set up, trying to get some plus frames. The back two. No, low high.
Yeah, you see, dash twice now. Just mixing up that timing. Dash twice.
Jackhammer once again.
He's blocked most of those, but he's found smart.
Oof. Oh, that still hit him.
He hit
Oh.
him with the corner of his pointy
And he was just out
shoe.
of range with the low kick at the end.
Ah, that
And
should do
the
it.
Noroma.
Wow, you let it go on the counter hit too.
Low kick at the end.
Ah,
Yeah,
that
he
should do it.
saw it.
Noroma,
That's
wow.
good.
Set point Noroma. This is big. He hasn't been able to beat Lohai in tournament this year so far. Is he going to do it at Taipei Major 2019 Challenger event? Points
Big
on the
low
line.
parry.
But there's only so much you can take on that Bullerino before you get that monkey off your back. Perhaps this is Noroma's time to really go on the offensive and be the bully himself.
There you go. Nice step. That was the same rhythm as he did that 2-2 down back 1 before. And Low had just a good read on it.
Roma now in rage though. Toe tap.
Oof.
Whip punish.
Whiff
Yeah.
punish down back 2.
You have Bay on social media with those open DMs. You better slide into them in the way that Shaheen does. You never know.
And now you see Lohai starting to duck those stance views, right?
Sidestep.
High jabs there. Down forward one able to check him.
He's had a lot of really good sidesteps in this match so far, Low High. But he hasn't like gone into a hop kick, right? It's been like, there it is.
Down forward two, yeah, gets the launch.
He hasn't got a ton of punishing, ton of damage from his sidestep. It's usually just been minimal things.
Oh, low
The
parry. That's big.
That's fortuitous.
That's gonna give him a chance. He's in range too.
Yeah, back 3-2. Drop over the Oki seed planner.
Jackhammer.
Oof,
Backs up.
down back
just
one.
in range of
Or,
the
down forward
low
one, I mean.
high, good check. That was close. Low high fighting. Stay in winner's bracket here to extend this set.
Oof.
Down 4-2. I'm gonna get my launch. The thing in sidestep left is
Back
so good against
3-2,
that, but that down 4-2
goes for
is what you wanna
damage.
call it out every time. Or if you're ducking in front of him like
Couple
that, right?
mids. There you go.
Sidestep, good
Yeah.
punish.
You saw it.
Again, that
Down 4-2.
Did you see that sidestep?
low one sidestep, good
Yeah.
punish.
You saw it.
Again, that
Down
side
4-2
isn't so
again.
good. Low one sidestep, good
Yeah.
punish.
You saw it.
Look at that sidestep on the down forward 4. That was so sick.
That's not quite gonna
Not
do it.
enough to kill.
He's gonna drop it for Oki. Goes
Oh,
low still.
four.
Thought that low was gonna do it.
Oh,
Down
he
for
gets
4.
it. Naroma 2-0 over
Damn,
Low.
Noroma 2-0.
That's big.
That shit's crazy.
It'll turn as a short term. I check this. This event help.
On social media, raise into start investing in sponsors. Boy,
If you're low mid, I don't. If this, then what the?
direct comment. When are you?
So this was a really interesting match. You don't get to see.
I think there's a. I mean,
Come on.
we get to see this a lot in SoCal.
But
So
when it comes to it, your wallet still has not opened up.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think right now. Well, first let's get to this match real quick.
Fine. Well, I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna hold you on that.
Here we go. Book versus UIU double. Jin versus Law. See how this plays out. Book, we saw him yesterday.
see
Man,
early
Jin
on,
versus
he's
Law.
already applying crutch test mix up.
See how this plays out. Book,
Right.
we saw him yesterday. Man, you gotta talk about some of the paths these players took to get on the winner's side.
Oof.
Check this out.
Watch for the
Book,
floor.
debatably coming from the hardest bracket in this tournament.
Really?
Over John Ding, over Nobi, 2-1 over
Yeah,
Chikrin
Book
to be able to get
killed
this
it
spot
this
here.
tournament.
Took out some Korean and Japanese killers on his way.
Yeah,
2
a
and
really
4.
good mix and just and lights out too. Really solid performance.
In a good
Look at
positioning
John
though.
Ding.
Look at this really good though. Is that so after this combo right here, right? 2-1, carry him to the wall. Look at the way the double moves. Gets the hit.
He took out some Korean and Japanese killers on his way.
A really good mix
Sides
and
up
just-
right.
and lights out too. Really
Back
solid
2 moves you
performance
right.
overall. Close set against Chikrin, but
There
he was
you
able
go.
to keep it together.
Ooh. But he got
Now we
back
have
to
the win
electric.
condition.
Double on this wall too.
And I
Dragon
have
can
to-
to drip him.
Oh, it was
Slide.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
everyone's trying to shoot their shot now. It's breakup season.
Here's the
Look
big
at
down
that.
low.
That was so
Shut down the
good. Like
drive. Good slide.
this whole sequence right here
Really solid
Got some
of
Korean and
double
Japanese
recognizing,
killers on
hey,
his
I need to
way.
go to the
A really
right.
good mix and just-
Go to the right.
and lights out too.
Go to the
Really
right.
solid performance overall. Close set against Chikrin, but
I'm lined
a
up.
really good mix
Oh,
and
sick.
together.
Ooh.
I'm
And
lined
lights
up,
out
and
too.
then
Really
once he
solid
lines himself up, he
performance
looks for the whiff
overall.
punish.
Close set against Chikrin, but he was able to keep it together.
Ooh.
Boom.
Got punished for the
Uh,
electric.
uh.
And double put him on this wall too.
That was good.
Here's the thing, down 4-1 to shut down the drive. Good stuff, double. And that's the thing, double. You know, it's tough because Jin, of course, I always had
Big
that
low
great
parry to
area.
start.
Okay.
There we go, low parry
good
at the
read.
start for double.
The wall we
Shh.
go.
Oh my god.
Again, just
4-4-2-3 doing that now on hit is so good for him.
With that down
Enough wall
4,
damage and
duck
that
and
launch.
launch.
Great duck.
Got the wall.
Aye, aye.
Jin players get away with that too
Wall
much.
still got a conversion.
Ah,
Break
Yeah,
the
but he's
throw.
able to break it.
yeah, throw break plus frames.
Oh, he's sidestep on the
What was that? It was like a sidestep and like the 1-2 kind of like made things a little bit wonky. Oh no, it's because he went into transition.
Block.
Oh,
Good
That's
start.
why.
Nice
That's why he did Zen stance. Because Zen stance is fucked up to begin with.
Nice
Look at this
block.
though.
Sidestep on the
But no
board.
Good blocks. Wow, it looks like double has that audible. And I had to score my
Yeah,
man
what a block
who
on
used
Stature,
double.
too.
He's got the Bruce Lee law going on. I'm wearing the shirt in his support.
For sure, and then also, yeah, good
Sidestep.
call on the block on the down back four to close it out too. For
What do you
sure, and then also,
sidestep?
yeah,
The law going on. I'm wearing the
I guess
shirt
you would think like sidestep 4-4, right?
for sure, and then
Yeah,
also,
no, he
yeah,
did
good
sidestep
call on the
4-4.
block on
All
the
right,
down
very
back four to
nice.
close it out, too.
And he does it very well, right? Like look at the range that he stands at first before he baits it out with his spacing, right? Like look back, he backdash first. He tried to hold that forward 4 range perfectly, and then sidestep.
For sure, and then also,
That was
yeah,
very,
good
very
call on
cool.
the block on the down back four to close it out too.
4-4-2-3.
He's the same round 3 times. He's put him on the wall.
Crush that knee.
It's Tasty Steve.
Puts him at the wall once again.
Break
Hammer
his
double
leg.
plus range. Was fishing with the fist. 1-inch punch.
Oh, nice duck.
Bar.
See, that's the
Plus
difference
range.
though.
Was
Is
fishing
like
with the fist.
when double ducked that 2-4, he got a launch punish. When Book did it, he would have gotten. He got a full crouch 4, so while standing 4 at most,
Bar shot okay.
he He wasn't looking for the launch. There you go.
Movement in defense right now is too fucking good. These gets. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Especially with
His movement's insane right now. You see, like, all the movement to his right is actually really killing Book.
And when Book is looking to maybe land some
Rematch?
highs, be able to try to start his offense, he's called out most of the lows and he's been ducking the highs and been able to respond appropriately. Puts him on the wall, all of a sudden Book's, what are you doing?
It's an interesting choice
Fort
from
four.
Book to hit on the rematch button relatively soon.
Yeah.
He has kept on the Dragon's Nest. Perhaps he likes
All
Why
of a
did he start
sudden,
going
Book's,
for these homing
what are you
moves?
doing?
It's an interesting choice from Book to hit on the rematch button relatively soon.
Yeah.
He has
Kind of the
kept
right
on
idea. You get a lot out of it.
Perhaps he likes this stage,
But
it really was a
oof.
dominating performance from
Yeah.
Double.
Well, saying
He
too.
can take advantage of his own wall
mm.
carry.
Savage sword. Check mid.
A lot of
Oi.
There we
Gets
go,
the
gets the
low.
sweep
First
again.
time he's gone for that, and again, he sets
That's
it up
Jin.
with
That's
the
the
low.
Jin
Let's see
player
how the
classic right
runs.
there.
Two
Drop the
sweeps in a row
combo,
like
hell
that.
sweep again.
Good return, able to peel him off the wall, be able to close it out. This is Book. Book, you
Backed
gotta be able
off.
to play this
Book
long
was
set, you
looking
gotta be able
for,
to go over double. This is one of the original
retaliation of
Tekken
sorts.
Japan.
Oof, counter hit.
We know that Book is purely around the age of 18, but what is the age on Double?
So I want to say, like, why does he
Play
stop
this
stepping
in a row
right?
like that. Good return, able to peel him off the
Is
wall.
there something that's keeping him from stepping right?
This is Book. Book, you gotta be able to play this long set. You gotta be able to go over double. This is one of the original wonder kids of Tekken in Japan.
How old is Double?
No, that time it was actually just didn't expect the double or the four,
He's close
the
to
2-4-4s.
23, I believe.
Stature.
23. But you gotta remember,
Nice.
in Japan, right? He came up playing this game. Since he was
And I like him going for the string too,
23. But you gotta remember, in Japan,
because
right?
it means that he gets off the wall. And you see, like, as soon as he stepped off the wall, look at the side step left.
23, I believe. 22, 23. But you gotta remember, in Japan, right? He came up playing this game.
Side step
He was in
left.
middle school.
He's trying to align him.
And this is one of the few players committed to law at this
Oh, no.
level of the game, too, right? One of the few players that has the execution to be able to bring out a lot of his strengths, in particular at high level. Forward for neutral. Going in a stance.
Yeah, see, now he's staying put.
Oh, good block.
again.
The rising launcher. He's going to be able to take this.
This is a great idea. Just duck because he thought, oh yeah, he's probably gonna try to beat me homing, or try to beat my stepping right now.
Love that.
Nice parry.
It really shows how you're feeling at the end of that round.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Nice low touch and return from double. There
Oh,
we
he's
go.
going for
Even
the
another
low
Mhm.
string.
All right.
Back.
And that's interesting because he had been
Forward
parried
1-2?
twice by
One pursuing?
Double before that, but he's
What was
still
that
off the
parried?
strike. And that's interesting because he had been parried twice
Parried while standing one.
before that.
Huh.
But he's still opting for the lows.
He's still insistent.
Tidal
on
wave.
Oh,
it.
no break. On
Yeah,
the
no break.
1-2.
Yeah, that's a high damage throw.
Round 4. Fight.
Good block.
Block, no punish.
Situation. Here we go.
Whoa.
The
Watch,
leg.
is this Mortal Kombat?
And this is what I was talking about. The down back three, he's able to stick so close. Even on hit, on block, it doesn't really matter.
It's not really an X-ray attack. Oh, going for the
There you
slide.
go. Finally brought out the slide. If I think he's bringing a slide out before he's trying to win the round, I think that
On the miss electric.
he's trying to use it to win the game
Now
too.
we're able to shave off some health down
Let's see how
back.
it plays out.
Now going for the mid.
Those
Oh
big
no,
4-1
this is like
fusion, man,
could
so
be
scary,
death
so hard
range
to
with the
do.
right combo.
This character's a neutral monster.
4-4. Now he's definitely in death range.
Fishing dragon
Plus
hammer, build up
frames.
plus frames.
Oh,
There you
now,
go.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
opting for the
That
slide.
was it right there.
He was sort of hedging down low,
But he didn't want to commit for something huge because he knew he would die.
Oh, hit him on the last on the
There it
string.
is.
Now
Nice
1, 2,
double.
3.
Final round.
So yeah,
Last on the
Hard to deal with. Some health down.
where's the slide?
Able to just-
Yeah, so he does the slide here, right?
Yeah.
And then later on,
Hard to deal with. This character's a neutral monster.
Oh, now, yeah, he was
Yeah.
opting for the slide. He feigned it. He was
feinted
sort of,
there it is.
Fishing dragon
Here,
hammer to build up plus
faked
frames.
it.
oh, now, yeah, he was
Yeah.
opting for the slide.
Nice.
He feigned it. He was
Feinted
sort
it,
of
yep.
hedging down low, but went for the mid instead.
That's the back and forth of this game at high
Oof,
level.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. So it's just good stuff. Double's playing so well.
Final round. Fight.
We're trying to go for the rising launch.
Yeah,
Didn't
that's
get
the
it.
hard part
Nice
of that
whiff
string, right? That's
punish.
the high-
We're trying to go for the rising.
Forward 4
Fight.
or 2 and 4, and then he backs
Yeah,
up.
that's the hard part of that
Nice.
string, right?
Look at
That's the
that.
high mid string. So there, double, you saw he was looking for the
Nice
duck.
combo.
Look at that.
4-4, 2 and
Saw the
3.
mid afterwards. Checks it
Goes for the
duck.
guaranteed.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
tried to
big
climb the
break.
ladder or climb the stairs.
Flat at the wall.
And
Not
quite.
Set point here.
No stance launcher. Oh my god, look at all the damage.
Rolling.
Yeah, staying on the ground.
That's the stop, stop, and roll. Whenever the fire, but he got the
And
crush.
he gets the counter hit too. That's gonna put him on the wall. Book able to take this game. What?
Oh.
That's crazy, man. That is clutch. See that ground?
That was mad clutch.
Double. Set point here.
Oh, wow, but
No.
Yeah, he knew he might get aggressive, so he went into stance launcher. Got rewarded for it.
rolling.
Yeah, staying on the ground.
That's the stop, drop, and roll. Whenever
And
the
then the
fire
same
gets
thing
the
last
target,
time, right? Forward 4.
Put him on the wall, book, able to
He
take
did
his
forward 4 into
angle.
forward 4 to get the counter hit. This time he went for a homing move, expecting maybe he was going to do a step, but he got a counter hit out of it.
Double reeling back, trying to digest what just happened. Book with a miraculous comeback, rubbing his neck as if he had been stunned.
What
by
a
a
thing-
It's very impressive that they have the ability to like keep a lot of these little things in their head, right? So like last time, forward 4 into forward 4 led to a counter hit, right? So Book was like, all right, if I do forward 4 into forward 4 again, he's probably likely going to step it. So I'm going to do it into Magic 4 instead and catch him homing or catch him stepping. But he got a counter hit out of it.
You always got to bring up the last chance qualifier at Tekken World Tour last year, right? Got so close, Gerlanda from Italy.
That is the
Is able to
most
close him. Yeah.
gruesome last chance qualifiers. I don't know what
Yeah.
type of sadist invented that type of format.
So all
That is
three,
trigger, as he has so many chances, but if you come up short,
All 3 games on
it has to be
Precipice
something that
Precipice of
you're
Fate.
digesting for
That's
this entire
interesting.
of the year.
So for him, it's always I always get worried maybe he has started
Forward
that, like,
4 responded himself this time.
post-traumatic stress disorder, something like that on a big stage like that, right? Whenever you get close,
I think he didn't know whether he wanted to do forward 4 2 1 3 or forward 4 2 3.
You see Book fishing with the parry,
Kind of
and now Book's
double
changed up-
dash into back 3. Oh, what a guy. Look at that.
And now Book's changed up his timing a little bit. Able to land a counter hit here, gonna put double on the wall.
Try to get to the wall. Expect double to move right using back 2s. Using homings to keep him there.
Coming back from
Oh,
double.
okay.
Trying to step left. Yeah, there it
Step
is.
left from double. Trying to
Back
rotate
up.
around, be able to
Yeah.
hold the wall positioning.
Book extra dash in order to catch him this time with the electric.
Yeah. Wall positioning.
So you're like right here, right? He steps left. Now he has good positioning.
Trying to rotate around, be able to hold the wall positioning.
But that was like, you see like the deep electric on this one, right?
Trying to rotate
Goes
around, be
in
able to hold
on
the
it.
wall
Get him to
positioning.
actually block it.
Side step left from double. Trying to rotate around, be able to hold the wall positioning.
And then just
Yeah, put him
boom
on
with
the wall.
punish. Boom! Dragon Cannon.
Playing
That
around,
slide,
playing
taking that
around.
slide.
Threat. The threat of it is the
Didn't go for the string.
Down 4-3.
Nice, that's a lot of carry.
Oof.
Dragon Cannon once again minus 50% around star like that, off of one hit.
Oh, got the
1, 2, 3.
launcher.
Keep on the wall. Nice punish. Oh!
Should be it.
Very
Cannon with the
appropriate.
perfect.
Very appropriate punish on the double.
Yeah, appropriate punish is a good way to put it. That was
So much about what he's thinking right now.
exactly what you needed.
Yeah, double looking very strong.
Wow.
this game.
Junkyard?
Book's been able to run it back before,
Didn't
right?
expect
One
it.
tournament point last game rather.
Double's always ready to whiff punish 3+4. Yeah, it's crazy, right? I mean, it's one of Law's best tools. That's definitely what you should be doing. Look at the fucking side step!
Just slow down a little bit. Both players exchange different.
Direction
Big
one.
low.
Oh no, it's a duck. All right.
Rising launcher.
Look, he looked like he went to the right a little bit, but anyway, he has both 2-4s have been ducked and launched. That's crazy.
Chipping away at the ankles,
Oh my
blocking
god.
it,
Oh,
but
do it
Barrett
again.
gets it
Oh.
down.
It's not over yet. Hold on.
Race
Oh,
side
no.
roll, wait. Oh,
Oh,
nice
huge
whip
whiff punish.
On the whip low
Double
and
hit.
Or huge whiff,
Barry
I mean.
angles, watching it.
Right back to the same. Both players exchange different.
Direction
Big
one.
low.
Oh, he did kind of sidestep a little bit. All right. That wasn't crazy.
The same situation as the first game, right?
Nice combo.
High impact ducks from double. Gets the wall
Goes
under
for the
the
guaranteed
bottom,
wall
gets the
combo. Nice and easy.
Down back to
And
the
then,
double.
you see those, there's like 2 parries in there?
It's not over yet. Hold on.
That was very smart of him to go low. I mean, Book parries a lot.
Nice whip punish.
What a
On the
whip
whip
punish.
low
There you go.
and
Good shit from Book. That wasn't like a mad impressive game.
from Book.
That's
Now-
got to be a good feeling from him, especially because now he's guaranteed at least third place, especially at a challenger event like this on the road. For this year, right? It's a few.
Humble. Wow.
Who's next? Oh man, this game. This game I was like really sad early on. I was like, damn. I really wish that I really wish that they, because these are both the Leo players in the tournament. By the way, I'm mad surprised Kuro got this far. That's crazy. He played so well. But Gen in his first tournament from as Liquid, you know, just crazy good. Crazy good. I'm mad impressed with him already. Yeah, same here. Super excited for Gen being back. So like, I guarantee what they wanted this time is that they didn't want a Leomere, so they both went secondaries.
If he wins the big one, and I'm Not Kuro tell him he is the goddamn god. Because this dude, commentary,
He-
organization,
Yeah,
bruh.
yeah.
That Arslan Ash sets against all of
Yeah,
Japan. when
Kuro
Arslan-
Kuro is a
bruh,
fucking
that would
legend.
not have happened
He
without him.
fought
Put some
against the
respect on his name.
bureaucracy
For sure.
to get Arslan Ash of Visa to come back into Japan. And as you remember from Evo Japan, how difficult that was. A stellar TO, a stellar organizer, but now he is going to be how difficult that was for Ash of Visa to come back into Japan. And as you remember from
Unique,
Evo
thank
Japan,
you for the
how
follow,
difficult
man.
that was.
Appreciate it.
A stellar
Yeah, his
TO, a
Leo looks
stellar
really, really good.
organizer, But now he
Nice.
is going to be put
Oh,
into the
sorry.
hot seat.
I was looking, there's like a mosquito in my room, and I kind of want to kill it, but it's too far now.
That was a stellar TO, a stellar organizer, but now he is going to be put into the hot seat as a player with his Lily.
I don't know a shit ton about Lily, so I can't say much, but
Yes, this is his first player as a sponsored Liquid.
yeah. So I was talking with Majin Obama about this, and he was saying that Kyushu, where Gen's from, has some of the best players in Japan. I can't remember all the players that he mentioned, but one of the ones that he mentioned was Taisei. If you remember Taisei from 2017, was it? Evo 2017? Yeah, Evo 2017, the Steve player that made top 8. Yeah, there's a few other players. He rattled me off like 5 or 6 names, and I was like, holy shit, Kyushu is like fucking insane. It's definitely the best city in Japan. So, you know, apparently that ever since he got picked up by Liquid, or they started talking, that he's just been running games with him, or they've been running games, and they've been trying to like just get him, you know, top level as soon as possible, because he's been playing obviously, but you know, not being traveling in for tournament, that's an entirely different story, right? All right, let me go back to this.
As you remember from Evo Japan, how difficult that was. A stellar TO, a stellar organizer, but now he is going to be put into the hot seat as a player with his Lily against the newly sponsored Liquid Gen. This is the first tournament that he has shown up to. Is that
Yes,
correct?
this
After
is
sponsored?
his first player as a sponsored Team Liquid player.
Now we talk about
Lot of
the
movement.
sponsorship
Ooh,
bump.
gets a
A
slide.
lot of players historically have
Not a
played
bad idea to
better
go
than their
slide early on.
performance because of this additional pressure. Now that
Ooh,
they're
on the
a pro
back.
player,
Wow, that still all works.
and he's doing miraculous well, at least in this first round against Kurokuro.
So far, because the big thing is, I mean, the cool thing about this matchup too, right? They both play the same character. So you see right now, Gen opting for a Shaheen pick, right?
Yeah,
Kuro
blocking no
on the other hand
punish.
goes for Lily.
That's big
Maybe
for
it's
Lily.
like
Has a
that
great
bigger
while standing
steps, right?
for.
This character has
You need to punish with punish those small lows with Lily. It's a very big deal.
Maybe try to open
Yeah,
up
punish.
with
Try
punish
to
opportunities
delay the
against
string.
Shaheen. But the cool thing about this match is, again, like I said, battle of generations. Gen is only 18 years old. He just graduated high school a couple months ago.
Oof.
Kuro is over 2 times his age. This is somebody who's been playing Tekken since Tekken 1, going up against somebody who's been playing
Good
since
damage.
he was 1, essentially, right? Raised in the household.
That's amazing.
Oh, why did he do this?
Essentially, right? Raised in the household.
That's amazing.
You did not need the wall standing too. Like, you have so little health. If you wanted to do something, you probably could have just done like fucking. You could have done a hop kick, I guess, if you wanted to blow him up pressing buttons or something.
And look,
Yeah, Lily's block punishment's really good.
This was the true bracket buster this weekend, actually.
Oof. Wall standing 3-3.
How many sponsored players did he beat? Let me know.
Kuro, by the way, is the only non-sponsored player in this top 8. That's just crazy.
He lost the low high I mean, dude, when you look at the lineups of
Oof. That's some fucking Lily shit. Neutral hop kick and a Matterhorn. Ugh. You pull that pocket. You pull that card out of your pocket, you know, once a tournament. It didn't work out.
Now, would you put, now that he's in top 8, I'm going to pose this question to you.
What's up?
Is Kuro the strongest TO slash player? When you think about the Jabaleys of the world, the Alex Baez,
You don't
the
count out.
Lapchins,
You don't count by. You don't count by.
no, well, SCR didn't come back this year, so I'm gonna leave him out.
Damn.
Definitely not a TO right now.
I'm gonna hold him out for that. But in the world of TO,
What about Bron? That's the odds.
Bronson.
I mean,
Bronson's really strong.
Okay.
Yeah, that was definitely 100% cheese. Just switch to Leo. Bronson versus Kuro. I'd kind of like to see that. I think that'd be a good
Bronson,
match.
You're washed up, man. You're an influencer. Yo, pay us for Strong Style Japan. Anyway, now, yeah, here's
Okay,
what.
well,
Now, look,
what do you
check
think
this out.
about this character switch?
This is the big thing. This is where it gets interesting. Both of these players are Leo specialists.
Okay.
They both play this character at a high level.
Oof,
The thing
down
with
four.
Kuro,
Oh my
nobody's gonna
God.
know how Leo specialists.
This
They
is
both play
something.
character
This
at
is
a high level.
something
The
that
thing with Kuro is
what you take as a
nobody's gonna know
Leo
how
player, right?
specialists.
Yeah,
They
Bronze
both
is
play this
fucking
character
crazy
at a
good.
high level.
So this is what you know as a Leo player.
The
This
thing
is
with
so
Kuro
impressive from Gen right here. Look at this.
Leo
So
specialists. They both play this character at
he goes
high
into
level.
crouching, right? And at this range, if he backdash, if he what's it called?
The thing
Not
with
backdash,
Kuro
just
is
if he blocks low,
Leo specialists. They both play this character at a high level.
he has no reason. He has no reason to block or go mid here because while standing 2, it might reach. To be fair, it might reach, but it'll be really far. What's very much more likely in this area is that you're gonna do full crouch down 4-3 because in crouching, this is the only thing she has in range. Like I said, to be fair, while standing 2 might hit, but will definitely hit is full crouch down 4-3. So that was just like that's a Leo thing. He knew in this range you're you're staying in crouching. You want to do a full crouch mix up?
The thing
Boom.
with Kuro is nobody's gonna know how to play this character better against this character better than Ken.
Punish on the low.
Yeah, right on the bat.
Uh,
Put her on the wall. With the
Good
threes.
damage.
Just like that, you down
Try to go for
60%.
that
Kuro,
safe
Kuro.
mid.
No, wait,
The hop kick is down.
yo,
So.
With them threes, just like that, you down 60%. Kuro.
Again, the neutral hop kick into buttons. I think he was looking for a counter hit there with the full crouch or with the not full crouch. Down 4 2+3. And then he goes for a wall standing 3 immediately. This is to sort of check what he's going to do because wall standing 3 is 13 frames and you're +5 on hit. So you're like it's an 8 frame gap. Also typically if you expect a wall standing 4 from crouching or something like that, typically people step to the right. Right, there's like, oh, he's gonna do a wall standing 4, the fastest thing he can do from crouching. But he decided to go for a wall standing 3, which is a good way to see, oh, is he gonna step left or step right or not?
yo-yo.
So he's gonna try to keep him on the wall, right? No punish. That's 14, by the way, so that wouldn't have punished anyway.
Ooh, avoided the low, got him with the
Nice, the back stance.
ooh,
Down
avoided
2.
the low, got him
Kuroko's trying to step off the wall.
But
Then
the
that was a
down
great
forward
homing.
The thing is, Gen's able to get in close on his terms like that, keep up the pressure. Kuro had some good success with, just being able to move like that.
Plus
The cool
frames?
thing about this character, she has such good pass.
See, I don't like this, right?
Just being able to move like
Do if you're gonna do in what's it called? In season 2, doing a BOK 3 into back 1
that.
on its own like this really doesn't do anything for you. You might get a hit, but if you don't go into stance transition, then you're not really looking at anything.
About this character,
You might as well just do down 1 here.
she has such good passive movements.
If you're gonna look for a counter hit or look for a hit, you're gonna just do down 1 here.
They force mix-ups. You see, yeah. But
Oof.
the thing is, no one knows those situations better than him.
So yeah.
He got slide punished for doing full crouch down 4 or down 4 2+3. All right. Yeah, it goes for Oki. Tried to go for the 50-50. Yeah, but he didn't launch or knock down. I mean,
Light touch rather.
Stepping on these LED screens. Ooh,
there you go. Answer to the BOK. I don't even want to deal with it. Down 4.
X-ray attack.
Oof.
Counter hit. Oh, went for the grab, but was able to hop kick him.
Even then, you delay hop kick. You would have died to a 10 frame punish. Like, why delay hop kick? Stance launchers trying to catch him biting low.
Oh, what a whip punish there from Gen. But missed one. Oh, what a whip punish there from Gen.
Wow.
But missed on his combo. That's a very.
Yeah, Kurokuro is nutty with the hop kicks.
Disrupted
Look
the
at, dude,
combo.
every time Kuroko's tried to go into transition. Look at these little things, right?
Missed on his combo. That's a.
Up forward 1-1. I don't think it was the wrong combo. I think maybe I think it was like just a weird axis. He could have definitely done a better combo. Like he could have done down 4-3 for his screw. Yeah, maybe slightly off axis. Look at this. Like this is like some shit Leo players don't get used to. Like people who know how to play against Leo. It's like full doing up forward 1 as a poke. You do that sort of like to get people to try to run into the second hit because it kind of really looks like a jab.
From Gen. But missed on his combo. That's a very.
Gets the duck. Look at that.
Duck from Gen.
Unfortunate
He knows.
Disrupted that
And then look, he just constantly checks him out of BOK.
combo. That's a
Be okay?
Disruptor that down forward one.
No, thank you.
Yeah, going into box stance quite often. Fishing with a lot of balk 2 in particular. Balk 2, balk 2.
Yeah, he's just going for stance launcher all the time.
A lot of balk 2 in particular. Balk 2, balk 2.
Oh, how bad does this feel? How many times did you go mid and then the time you go low, you get eaten up? Ugh. Sets up 1+2, that's safe.
Yeah, so again, Gen also, you know, runs multiple characters.
This is also a move I don't use all that often. 4-3. It's kind of weird, but it guarantees it gets you a counter hit combo, and it's 0 on block, so it's not crazy. It also has a stance transition. Finally works out. Good adjustment on the combo. Look at that. Oh, did he? Oh, he didn't hit it at the same time. Yeah, he did it a little bit too early. So what you want to do is that you want to hit it as soon as you want to hit 4-4-3 when they hit the ground. That way they get the weird bounce, and then the BOK2 is guaranteed. Wow, you try to do Sabaki. It's on the wall. Oh! Yeah, it goes for a mix-up. Try to go for back roll tech trap.
Gets his hit. Gotta watch for the drive. Using that as a finisher.
Yeah.
Punish on the down four too.
Ken looked really good. This was really impressive right here. So after this, right? Kurokuro steps on the. As soon as he steps, he goes for the hop kick. He was like, "Oh, he might readjust." So you get, he goes for like one down forward one step, right? Just eats him alive. Gonna step towards the hop kick. Don't mind if I do. Anyway, good stuff. Ken looked really good.
Move on to the matchup. Depending on that. Other names with text. You're telling me I can see this been placed in Korean major.
There's.
Put your mark on.
Yeah, he was looking for stance mix-ups and counter hits. The thing is that, like, to be really real, like, stance mix-ups. Stand mix-ups are not that like frightening with Leo if you don't get someone who's gonna duck all the time. And the thing is, you saw how many times he did. You saw how many times he did stance launcher, like his stance BOK2. So you don't really have to do that. If you're gonna go for stance mix-ups all the time like that, then you have to throw out some lows. You have to do something. You can do BOK empty and to full crouch down forward 4 or something. Like, you gotta do something here. But, you know, it is what it is. Oh, I'm dropping frames. This sucks. What the fuck? Why am I dropping frames? Oh. Huh. All right, it's all better now. What the fuck? What just happened? All right, cool, whatever. What was I saying? Oh yeah, he was going for stance launcher like a shit ton, and that. But the thing is that, like, if you're gonna get someone, if you're a Leo player and you recognize, oh hey, he's not gonna duck on stance launcher, then what you have to do is you have to go for BOK3, right? And the reason why you start going for BOK3 is because you're plus fucking 8 on that shit, and then you force a mix up. You get to do whatever the fuck you want. So, like, but until then, eating a full crouch down 4-3 is not that scary. Being plus 8 and eating a big mix up, that's much scarier. I agree with you. I much prefer Leo as a character that's great at whiff punishing than fishing for counter hits some of the time. Down forward 1's great. Her down forward 2 has absurd length. You know, all the good stuff.
Carbon emissions. This is going to be.
This is Puma versus Chikarin. They killed my boy. They killed Nerded Geese.
That back 3-2, right? right? That back 3-2 confirm
So,
at the keys.
one of the things that me and Chickering do quite a bit is we do down forward 1-1 a lot. Down forward 1-1's kind of busted in terms of how rewarding it is and how scary it is not, because down forward 1-1 is so fast and it's very hard to duck. You just have to hard read it. You cannot really react to it. So you see him going. You're gonna see him using it a lot to move around and to deal with reaction things. So like Chiggern, what he already showed it off, right? Down forward 1-1, got the hit, sidestep right. Now he made a right read on Puma trying to do something, but it was sort of just an early on, like, you know, guesstimate sort of thing. He wasn't trying to cash in on anything. He's trying to get a read on how his opponent's gonna play. Again, you see the same thing. Now he went for a 2 because he was looking for the same reaction. He was looking for down full crouch 1 again. So he went for the 2, hoping he'd do it, and then he would have gotten a good punish. But then a good adjustment from Puma, right? Sidestep 2. Do it again? Slap the shit out of him. Goes for down 3 here, second one. And I like him going for the double down 3 because goes for it again, right? If it worked, he would have gotten plus frames. If he didn't, then, you know, just a wall standing 4 punish. Not a big deal. He's trying to punish this. I think it was a little bit too late. Yeah.
The 2, you can now sidewalk it right with a few characters.
You know what? After that nerf list that you just mentioned,
Sidewalk it right with a few characters.
you know what? After
Nice.
that nerf
Knockdown
list
punish.
that you just
Oof, big low parry.
so they should just change his name to Goose Hound. He's no longer the geese.
So check-
He's been nerfed beyond comprehension. Oh, he's gonna break the giant
God
swing.
damn it. Geese is, or Z is doing a fantastic job there. At
You put them to the wall,
not talking about the
they're normally
game.
expecting maybe another throw, right? But at that position, right? Maybe you wouldn't be. They normally expecting maybe another throw, right? But at that position, right? Maybe you wouldn't be expecting giant swing. Text it.
The way that Chickering jabs is insane. Force a mix up. Nice.
What a duck. Okay.
Now the
I actually have an idea for a YouTube video I want to create.
what, a week ago, right? Debatably,
Around Chickering's play at Taipei Major. I'll have to do some research on it over probably tomorrow. I'll probably do some research about it tomorrow.
situational awareness.
Because it's an idea. I don't know if it's an actual thing, but I'll do some research and see if I can come up with something with it. Look at that. Oh my god. Back 3 used? Not punished? But I thought they ruined back 3. It's bust. It's gone. They broke it. If anything, I felt like Chickering had a chip on his shoulder or some shit. Like someone told him right before the tournament. He was like, back 3 sucks now. And then he was like, yeah, man, back 3 sucks. Let me go use it. And I'm going to go use it in tournament. Look how much it sucks. Because the amount of times he uses back 3 in this fucking tournament alone, you would have thought it got buffed.
It pretty much says he's the best geese right now.
All right. Fair enough.
Chickering's definitely the best geese in the world right now.
On top of that, though, my man,
Back 3-2.
Another bad brother.
Try to go for the, what's it called? If you back tech, you get hit by the slide on this one. So it just tacks on a little bit extra damage.
Oh, and he pays for it.
Oof.
Dropping the people's elbow.
I kind of don't like him going for this here. Puma. It really depends on the player. So what Puma wants is Puma wants momentum immediately, right? So he goes for the rage drive. What I like is I like the ability that this can be a thing that you tack on at the end of a combo and it unscales your damage afterwards, and I think that shit's mega fucked up. Also, just holding rage art is really scary.
Oh, and he pays for it. Dropping the people's elbow on him.
Try to get that wall splat. Ooh, look at the fucking punish. Oh, I muted.
On him.
getting the double corner.
That's negative 14. Ugh. That shit was sick.
Wow, that did a lot of damage.
But I think that was the idea with Puma right here, right? So I think Puma's idea with the rage drive right here is that he was like, if I get him on the wall and I get a good combo, it's not gonna matter anyway, right? I'll have a great position to begin with. So he takes the damage. At this point, right, he's like an up 1+2 into wall throw away from winning.
Dropping the people's elbow.
So he tried to go for the wall splat, didn't work out. Nice block on the low. That shit was crazy. And then the punish was amazing.
Out at the wall. Wall throw.
Ugh.
Wow, that did a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is King, man. You know this character,
Is this
man?
your king? Is this your king?
We was kings. Tekken the Shining Wizard. Chikrin now. This is the other thing about this character that I'm surprised.
Got thrown out of wall standing 3. Still teched. That's crazy.
Four there, but the thing is this situation right here. Look at how
Oof. Magic 4. Ooh, he missed the jab. I wonder why.
This situation right here.
He's trying to jab. He's trying to jab carry. I think he was just off axis. I don't think that was a timing thing. Yeah, I think I agree with you, El Rey. I think that he was just like, yeah, like this is a good time to use it. You know, if anything, I might not get a better time to use it than this. This is a good chunk of damage, and then I'll be in position.
Down for Look at how
Anyway,
now. This is the other thing about this character.
see a lot of flash ducking or a lot of
Chikrin now. This is the other thing about this character.
low parry buffering there. Tried to go for a wall standing 3. So probably a lot of ducking, and then he was just let the wall standing 3 rip, maybe reading a throw or something. Hit him out of the air.
Is able to stick so close. Down 4-1, those jabs like that. Even on block.
Man, back 3 sucks. These players should never use it.
Double rep bender. It's not the ideal one for pressure, but yeah.
This is, by the way, -3 on hit.
Double rep bender. It's not the ideal one for pressure, but
If he doesn't do anything afterwards, it's -3 on hit.
Round 4.
Chikrin able to close out.
Fight.
Game 1 here, Rock Strike duly sponsors Rock Strike and Puma. Actually, I
Oof.
forgot about that. Drop him.
Of course.
Now what's Okazeme? Yeah, he finishes with the down 4-1. Chikrin rolls away.
Ooh, try to go for G club.
Standing 1.
Maybe he'll bite.
In the leg.
Yeah.
Down 4.
Oh,
Take
parry.
him to the wall now.
Give it to him, baby. Blow out those candles.
I'm sort of like out of all the things that he knows are -2 on block. I was trying to double check. It's -2 on block or on hit. -2 on hit. Out of all the fucking things that he knows about this game, the one thing that he knew that I was so surprised was that the candles blow out if you wall splat on the back.
Oh, parry.
Take him to the wall now.
Give it to him, baby. Blow out those candles. Good
I
break.
was so surprised.
Just a little bit late on the whip punish attempt.
Oh, no
Oof!
break on
Rock
the
bottom.
Drop, slam. Gets the alley
off
kick.
axis, but he got the launcher.
Back 3-2 in the confirm. In rage.
Does he have enough for the
No.
rage?
You lose it.
Reset. No.
Deadly
Oh
rage.
my God, the violence on this man. Chikrin, please.
Reset. No. Back 3-2 in the confirm. In rage.
Does he have enough for the rage?
So I can't explain it to you. I really can't.
Whip punish attempt.
Oh,
After the rock bottom right
Win
here,
the confirm.
I can't explain it to you. But
In rage.
does he have enough?
hitting this jab actually makes this. By the way, how insane is this jab? Hitting this jab makes hitting rage art so much easier.
Rage?
So much easier.
Deadly rave. Reset. No.
And yeah, deadly, saying it like geese now. Deadly Rave does 3 more damage than normal Rage Drive. So I'm assuming that it percent scales and it doesn't add flat damage on the top of it, which is why it does more damage. I'm assuming it percent scales on the difference between the lives, which is why I think it killed. Let me hold on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 fours. 8 hits in it, right? So then there's 32, 42, 57. So it does 2 more damage more than a regular Rage Drive.
No, he takes it.
Oh my
That kill.
God, the violence on this man. Chikrin, please.
Give in to your fears.
Yeah, so maybe for a lot of people, they might be surprised to see Chikrin in losers, but you got to remember, lost 2-1 the book yesterday in a really close set.
Yeah, that was really good. I want to go back and
Over
watch that
Saint,
another day.
Over John Ding, over Godbei Akuma from China.
Now, when we talk
Godbei
about
Akuma was
sponsored
sick.
players, I
Good
tried to bring
lord.
this
I didn't
up
know about that
because
cat before
they
this
would also
tournament, but
go
then
again.
now I know.
But
That
Saint
dude's buff.
also a newly sponsored
That's
player
right, yeah.
as of this week, but the competition's so high.
And look,
despite
and
it being a
level,
challenger,
and level 3, Z. Level 3. Lil Majin getting in the mix, too. Long time coming, that's
that's
been.
the best sponsor.
Long time coming, that's been. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and look, yeah, shouts to him. Shouts to Luca for being able to, again, peep the hype, be willing to be a part of it, and then be willing to put money on it like that.
Luca, if you're watching this right now, or you're watching the archive, please put my Lil Majin into the sick, crazy fashion that you've been rocking at the MoMA.
Yeah, let's get it.
Put the American, that gray American flag on him.
And look, Z,
I have
zoom out,
no
macro
fucking clue what
perspective.
Z is
You
talking
have
about.
all these people, all these groups seeing value.
The
in this,
entirety of
seeing value
Z's
in this
commentary
game, seeing
this
value in these
weekend
players.
was
Again, I gotta ask the orgs that ain't
either
what the hell are y'all watching? What the hell are
not
you
knowing what he's
drop on
talking
this
about
side?
or him
Who
not
was
talking
coming
about
here?
it.
Give me those floor breaks after
Look
my
at that
back
double
hand
jump
combos.
over.
Double
Not
hop over the
teching.
court.
It's so smart from Chikrin.
Thing is though, for Chikrin, it's gonna be about taking these floors
Oof.
away.
That's all right. He's got the crumble.
Yeah.
He's gonna break the wall.
Nice
That's two
combo,
floors
by the way.
in one round.
Going down the escalator now.
In the drop.
Oof. Look at the damage.
More time
Ah.
with Semi, takes it
Down
back
four,
court,
stands on the
right in
ground.
the alley kick, especially at the wall like that, right? He knew that Chikrin was gonna be holding back at
You
that
know,
moment.
to
Hit
be
was up.
fair, commentary never works in the way that you think it does. It's always like
Take him to
a
the
weird
wall.
thing that, you know, maybe nobody else was around, maybe nobody else could help. I have no
Again,
fucking
that's another
clue.
strategic play from
It's a
Chikrin, right?
challenger
It's about-
event, so it doesn't
sometimes
really
it's
get
not even about
priority
taking more
from
damage
Tekken
for
World
yourself,
Tour.
taking it away from the king player. I don't want you
It's
to
kind
have
of
that
weird.
damage potential. Damage for
So this
yourself,
stage on the bottom is
again, that's
really
another
big. It's 20 by 25, if I recall correctly. So King kind of does a little bit better on this than Geese does, but the thing is that Geese has a terrible fucking time breaking the floor. Yeah, Z wasn't expecting to be on commentary. I figured as much. And Geese commentary or Z commentary always ends up being the same. Anyway, King does well on this floor because it's bigger than regular floors, or all the other floors. All the other floors on the top are 24 by 18. This one's 25 by 20. So he does well on this, but the thing is that Geese has a terrible time breaking the floor, so he wants to be down here for sure. So it's better. It's like it's better than being up there, but being down here is not great.
strategic play from Chikrin, right? It's about sometimes it's not even about taking
For all the
I want to start with here.
drop. Just like
down,
that,
we
now
go
we're
to
down.
the basement. Just where all the stream monsters are.
And again, that's another strategic play from Chikrin, right?
Let's go for a homing move again. So I thought probably expecting that he was gonna step, right?
Strategic play from Chikrin, right? It's about sometimes it's not even
Oof,
about taking
wall
the
standing
forward damage
three.
for yourself, taking it away from the king player. I don't want you to have that damage potential.
Oops. Plus frames. And he goes for a back one too because it's +2, I think, on block. I'm gonna double check. Yeah, +2 on block, so you go for back 1-2, which is 10 frames. Or which is 12 frames.
Good
Nice dog.
on the throw.
Nice
With
single
the
rep.
Reppuken, perfect.
He's constantly ducking, like, and he's making it really hard for Puma to make
The
a
delay hop kick
get a
punish
good
too.
throw. By the way, that was crazy.
Go.
Delay hop kick punish.
What's Okazemi down? Yeah, it's
Oh,
Crushed him where it
Down
hurts
three.
the most. Now he can reproduce.
takes punish too.
fucking Christ.
Gonna take him to the wall
Good
once
to
again.
go.
Hey. What's Okazemi down? Yeah,
Oof.
takes
Crushed him where it
Down
hurts
three.
Nice
the most.
block.
Now he can reproduce.
Then back 3-2, max mode. Just let it
Good
rock.
air parry,
I think
full
King has a
parry.
parry for it, but I don't recall.
Yeah, but then it's either down three or
I think King has a punch parry.
takes the
Breaks
leg.
the leg.
Figure four. Then
Down forward
forward
one.
on
Keep it
Okazemi
nice and
to take
simple.
To be able to close it out.
Round 4. Fight.
Chikrin now all of a sudden. Puma up
Mm.
2 rounds to 1.
Hold up now. Hold up now. He's going to be brought to the wall.
Single
The
rep
wall
ender, he gets
damage,
a little bit
okay.
more frame advantage.
Yeah.
Just be able to get stick
Oi.
this ball pressure like this, right? Peel him off the wall.
I'm surprised he didn't just go for Jaken, but I think he was really afraid it was going to put him in a bad situation. Oh no.
Guys, he's going to go to
Here
a
we go.
secret.
Heel hold. Where you going? Where
Take
you
him
going?
over. Mexican surfboard?
Cradle. Is he going to break his back?
Oh.
Is he going to break his
We
back?
building bridges out here. We was kings.
Go!
Ugh.
The Brokeback Mountain! I got him
Alley
on
kick
the
afterwards is
Oki.
guaranteed.
Call
Good
me
shit.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
That little knock.
King and the the thing that really just right?
Was it to break that?
He did guaranteed.
Round 1. Fight.
Post-match one-on-one now. Chikrin versus Puma.
Fishing with
Loser
the
goes
end.
home. Sidestepping the Reppuken.
The stage on the bottom is really big. It's like, it's Violent Systems big. It's like 22 by 5, 22.5 by 26.
Is he close to the
So he kind of
wall?
wants to get
Defense where he throws him right right into the cathedral.
Chikrin constantly wants to stay away from that because the stage here is really good for him.
Tossed like a salad. It's sweet green.
I wonder why he picked this though.
Into the wall we go.
Nice. Nice combo. Ugh.
Oh,
Grab Bender, yeah, he wasn't confident
Okay.
that the double rep would have
the
closed
straight
it
kick
out.
and the
Try to go for rage drive. A little bit forceful here, but I guess the guess is that he was gonna stay on the ground.
Oh,
Grab Bender, yeah, he wasn't confident
Okay.
that the double rep would
the
have closed
straight
it
kick
out.
and the
Wake up low
classic
kick.
low.
Round 2.
Wake up low kick might have also lost to moonsault.
Yeah. Luckily that wasn't a counter hit or Puma would have gotten pretty good return there. And they've been able to put him near the wall. And you see now Puma trying to slow it down, right?
Back 3-2.
Chikrin changes up his timing.
I thought
But
it
again,
sucked.
Safe mix of these jabs, down 4-1s, sticky flows, applying pressure.
Double
rep.
pressure with a tiny chop.
Off the
Breaks the
balcony.
balcony.
Be able to drop. No.
That always messes you up because you have so much time after that balcony break.
And he does.
One range.
Oh, if he got the full combo, I would have
Flying
popped.
knee. Oh,
Crouch jab confirmed.
1-3, yeah.
angles, another chop to the knee.
1-4-3.
This is the juggle though. That was ever so delicate.
That's
Oh.
big.
So I didn't know this early on,
Oh,
Crouch jab confirmed.
to the ankles,
but this
another
makes
chop
sense, right? Down 4-2-1,
to the knee.
it pushes you towards the side like that. But it pushes you so far that you're unable to get a combo. But if you push him into the wall where he doesn't go farther than you, then you could probably pick up a combo off it, right? He gets the 4-3 and then almost didn't believe that he did. He probably could have screwed off this, but he didn't. Anyway, it works out, right?
This is the juggle though. That was ever so delicate.
Gets it again, just goes for
Big.
rage drive.
That's well played from Puma. Rocks Dragons, you gotta remember, Rocks Dragons, they also picked up Eye Musician as well. But Puma, right now, in Taiwan,
Ooh, crouch dash one.
taking it to Chikrin right now.
That was such a good adjustment because, like, Chikrin has actually been killing him with these ducks.
At the wall.
4-3. Tries to go for Oki here. If he pressed any wake-up button, that would have wall splat.
Expecting to roll out. Putting that homing move out there.
3-3. Most likely on accident.
Chikrin returning 5 with the down 4-3 strings. And again, those
Down
jabs,
forward
mixing up
1-1.
the
He goes
jabs,
for
mixing up
the
low.
low, and then he backs up.
Reps, put him out
Even
there.
on +4.
And not committing to anything. This is Chikrin. It's neutral. This is where this dude is so strong. Back 3, no punish. Mental frame advantage that happens. Boom. This dude is so strong.
Mental frame advantage.
Back 3,
I thought
no
back 3
punish, mental
sucked.
frame advantage that happens.
So if I'm Chikrin, the thing I'm thinking about is that bar. Yeah, I got that bar, right? So now that my back 3 is scary. Yeah, he forced it.
Solo arrow again?
I'm surprised he spent it, but I thought he was just going to keep it around.
Oh, good break, good break.
No, Puma's just chilling. He's not trying to overcommit.
I don't think he has a life lead though.
Oh,
There's
no!
That's
Whoa.
Aaron, it makes you wonder what would happen if he would have just consistent more on stepping right, trying to avoid that wall. Not sure what he was thinking, trying to rotate around to that. He would've just-
Yeah, that was interesting, right? That's a good point, right? Look at him. He stepped left here.
Good break.
No, Puma's just chilling. He's not trying to overcommit.
I don't think he has a life lead though.
Yeah, I don't know why he stepped here. I think maybe a mistake. Wasn't thinking about it too much.
Aaron, it makes you wonder what would happen if he would have just consistent
It's
more
good.
on
Very
stepping
observant
right,
from
trying to
Obama. He's
avoid
been a
that
very good
wall.
second
Not sure
commentator.
what he was thinking, trying to rotate around to that side. Pretty much put himself in Chikrin,
Oof.
Chikrin in the position to be able to close
Pick it
out
up.
with that.
Oh, no, he almost got it.
Reset.
Okay, do we
Gyro
not
step.
have a throw
I'll
combo?
choke him out.
Oh, no.
He's going for the full
Ugh.
thing.
Yep. Oh,
It's not even done.
hold
Oh,
up.
break.
No,
Look at there.
yeah,
Okay.
finally gets the break.
Nice duck, no punish.
Chikrin able to break there.
Break.
Plus two.
Oh, the launcher. This should
What the
be it.
fuck was
Puma
that?
in position now.
Perfect.
I
Yo, this is
can't
a
believe he
full
just
set.
delayed hop kick like
And
that.
I
That's
think most
crazy.
people would consider this an upset, but this
Fight.
Puma's playing out of his mind right
Come
now.
on now. Rock Dragon has
Oi,
it.
crouch
Got
dash
the
one.
launcher. Gonna have a
Pulled it out again. He really needed something like that. 1-2.
This is
Goes for the mix-up this time.
break from the
Back
ground
three
throw.
confirmed, but this is going to put health at about the same. 'Cause again,
Look at this
Chikrin doesn't
carry.
have the max-
How crazy
multiple
is
bars
this?
to be able to rely on yet.
For the
Didn't work anymore. Went to the well too many times. Plus frames.
Advantage
That's what he
down,
did
Chikrin
now
now.
last time.
No
Not
bar.
gonna make the way to get the launcher,
Enrage.
but an awkward wall hit.
Okay, so this is the thing. This is the thing. All right, everybody was like, "Oh man, if he just let the combo rip, he would have probably gotten it." I'm not so sure because look at this shit. Look what fucking happens on this wall combo, right?
No bar.
Magic face away, he got the launcher.
He gets the wall bounce, right? He gets the hit. He's moving this. Hold on. He's moving this way, right? He's going that way, and then
But an awkward.
he hits the wall again. Like he hits the wall again. It's so fucking weird. This was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in Tekken.
Knockdown, Chikrin now.
Because he gets this, right?
No bar.
He gets the wall splat, right? And then the second hit hits, and he's falling to the ground. And the thing is that he face splats too. And in Tekken, face splats are garbage. You don't get anything off them. So then he tried to fix it up by rage driving. And then he didn't get it. I'm not so certain if he continued the combo, it would have. Like, I feel like if you put 10 King players in that same situation in tournament, like 1 or 2 of them get the full combo here. It is so. This is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. The fact that he got hit off the wall, got hit again, and then re-wall splat. Nah, you can't. I feel bad for Puma, to be honest. You think about how this tournament went up. This might have been an entirely different tournament if this combo hit for Puma. Might have been an entirely different tournament. No, I can't be hard on Puma at all. What I'm saying is that, like, in you run this back like 100 times, I think you only hit this about 10 times in tournament. It's such a weird situation. It is legitimately one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in Tekken. Because if he didn't re-hit the wall there, I think that rage drive would have hit.
Live. Oh my god. Holy rage.
But an awkward wall hit.
Anyway.
But yo,
Awkward hit.
Still, you know, to be fair, I was like mad impressed with Puma. I was mad impressed with Puma because that dude came out of not being like a professional player to immediately becoming a professional player, and then second big tournament that he went to, because his first big one was Rocks and Roll Korea Masters. Second big tournament, does a really good job. So we just mad impressive. And this tournament was stacked. This tournament had about 20-25 people that could probably get top 8. Yeah, Puma's mad legit. I'm super excited to see him at tournaments more often. I was kind of disappointed when I didn't see him at Combo Breaker, but having him at this tournament definitely made it worth it. Let's see his reaction. It took a pretty. I mean, he's pretty mad, but like, or disappointed, I guess. But he took it pretty gracefully for getting robbed. Took it pretty gracefully, to be fair.
So coming up next, that's going to queue up Book from Thailand, representing Talent Esports for this event, going up against Team Liquid Gen. So both of these guys, Thailand versus Japan matchup here.
I know your heart is torn asunder in this matchup. On one hand, you got that Gen, but of course, on the other end, another young player. You've got the young Book.
Yeah, both of these players of this generation have had very high impact performances. Let's see. This time, Gen opting for Leo. He said he doesn't really have a specific...
Yeah, Book was really good. Book's such a great player.
Metric on how he picks characters is really just based on matchup, based on feel.
So, I personally think that this matchup is about even. I think Leo's actually one of the best characters to fight against... Jin, because she doesn't have a lot of crazy strings that she has to rely on. She only has 2-hit strings, and a lot of those 2-hit strings are only counter-hit combos, so you're really not trying to throw them out to begin with anyway. And her stance mix-ups are kind of trash to start out with anyway. And so and Leo also does really well at controlling that one range. So, I mean, both of these characters are kind of jockeying in the same position. So I think that this matchup works out pretty well. Yeah, Jin kind of has to scramble for going for something pretty scary when he gets pressured as well. And the second thing is that going for parries on the wall when your back's against the wall, it's not a scary thing because his lows aren't that scary on the wall, because the only thing he's probably going to be doing is he's probably going to do down back forward, down 4. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Leo can catch him with counter hits. As you're trying to fish with there. You see already here, down one.
Think for Leo.
He's trying it out.
Block and response.
And
That
then
wall standing
also
four.
that good down 4 punish with the wall standing 4/1+2, right? Makes him think twice about using a low that he'd use a lot more on other people, which would only put him like what, 18 damage down, maybe put you at +5 on hit. This character, 34 damage, or not 34 damage, 31 damage, knockdown. Much scarier.
Able to have get a follow up and knockback like that. That's so annoying to deal with. I hate this character. God
Oof.
damn. Double lift
Wow.
kick. Gonna put you at
I
the
can't
wall,
believe you
girl.
went for lifts.
Never mind. Gonna dock you off the balcony.
Nice
Jazz,
combo.
he wants to carry. Gonna put her on the
That
wall.
was such a fucking
now, good
sick
position, good break.
combo. Oh my god.
Jazz,
Everything
double
about
lift
this
kick. Gonna
combo
put
was
you
so
at the wall,
nice.
girl.
Breaks the wall.
Never mind, gonna dock you
1,
off
2,
the
4 for
balcony.
screw,
Jazz,
and
he wants to
then
carry.
electric to place him right there, and then unskilled. What's it called? Demon Spa. Like everything about that combo
Book
was
now,
so
good
sick.
position, good break.
Oh,
See, that's something you're not supposed to be doing. Don't do 2-hit strings. Leo has very few 3-hit strings. She has very few ways that to make her strings go in different ways. Down forward 1-2. That's the only thing she has. She doesn't have anything out of that. Up forward 2-1. She doesn't have anything else out of that other than a stance transition, which you'll see a little bit later. Down 4-2. Down back 2-2. Like all of those moves are back to 1+2 and back to 1 are both high mid, so it doesn't matter one way or the other. The thing is that a lot of her moves are 2-hit strings, so it's fucking really scary to do that something. Yeah, 2-4 is actually fucked up.
On the
Look at this
wall.
shit.
Book now, good position, good break.
So this is an easy parry, double parry on top of it. Gets the screw, missed the dash up, but you know whatever.
And for again, this is gonna
Yeah,
be
2-4
his- I think his biggest test in the
is super
tournament so
mega
far,
fucked
right?
up. It's
He went up against Naomi,
30 damage,
but
knockdown,
man,
10 frame combo.
That was a brutal set, but that's somebody that he plays against. Somebody he has a lot of
Nice.
experience against
Savage
playing
sword,
global
so
stage.
consistent on the
This
wall.
is gonna be his first real experience with global tech.
Look at this
global
fucking
stage.
parry.
This is gonna be his first real experience with
Oh.
global Tekken right
And the thing is that he goes for a slower move, right? He doesn't go for a jab. He just makes a great read there.
Book from Thailand, and right now Book is just
He's trying to back 2-1 on the wall. Second hit, easy peasy. Leo can't use 2-hit strings in this combo, or in this versus this character.
round start low.
As a liquid
There you go.
sympathist, as a supporter of it,
Going for a low is really, really good, though. Going for lows against him is really good. We're not afraid to wall standing 4 a bit much, and his next scary punish is wall standing 2, which is 14 frames. Quarter forward 1, 13 frames. Very nice. Use it a lot.
what
I love
would you
using
be
it in this
whispering
matchup.
your boy's ear right now as he
Play
goes
at your
down
own pace.
2-0.
Play at
Also,
your own pace.
this is what I was talking about, right?
Round start low.
It was gonna come into play. Just up for 2, parry bait. Now, he got double parried last time on up forward 2, so, you know, that's not crazy. Like, that's not something you should be doing a lot, but it happens.
Quarter circle forward 1, and we get the
Uh.
launch. Break this wall.
I was so mad. I was so mad at this shit. I was so mad at this shit.
Emphasizing the quarter circle 1, and we get the launch off that. Break.
Look at this fucking robbery.
Play like you're at home with your dad right now. Quarter circle.
So great, right? While standing quarter forward 1 into while standing forward 1+2, very common thing for anti players. It puts you -2-1 on hit. So then while standing forward is like if you don't do something immediately to check Leo, they're gonna just hit you out of it, right? So very common, and obviously next to the wall while standing forward 1+2, not a bad idea. Got to the wall, broke the wall, and then it fucking side switched. Gang got put on P1 side for no fucking
Play like
reason.
you're at home with your dad right now. Quarter circle forward 1, and we get the launch off that. Break.
Why did he get put P1 side? I'm so upset. So he does back 4, but because he wanted forward 4, he was gonna do forward 4-2 for the screw.
The roots like Groot.
Emphasizing the quarter circle forward 1 lows. Big launch and drive here from Book. Put him on the wall.
Get him to the wall barely.
Just short of it, but in the corner, just bad situation.
Ah,
Oh
down
man.
for
I was so upset.
Ken was expecting the low there. He puts out the safe mid. Book up 1 game over Liquid again right now.
Yeah, the camera angle change is actually atrocious. Like, why the fuck would it do
would
that?
be a shame to not have a time representative there in the final.
Like, I think the camera, like, this is what I think. I think the camera right here. Hold on, let me go back real quick. I don't spend too much time on this. So she's here, right? They're on, or what's it called? She's right here. Leo's on P2 side, right? Breaks the wall. When she breaks the wall, the camera almost gets behind her, right? Because he does forward 4-2 has the animation, but then when it comes back, it thinks she's on P1 side because the camera went behind her. So when the camera went behind her, it's like, oh shit, I don't know what side you're on. Shit is messed up, but I think that's what happened. So she does he pick Hammerhead? He picks Hammerhead. Interesting. Okay. Big stage that he can play a lot of.
I don't expect that to come into play, right?
I would rather pick Octagon stages. I would rather pick
he
Mishima
played
building
made it
on
to
this
the
stage.
finals, qualified on points, of course.
I
Had a
like
disappointing
Mishima.
finish.
I like the reason why I like Mishima building is because Leo has Leo's regular wall carry is about 20 to 22 Misha meters, or the stage units. So it's like, so but Mishima wall carry is usually pretty poor outside of Devil Jin. So you know, Kazuya has decent wall carry with down forward 1 forward 2, but it's not, you know, it's not like what Leo has. Leo's wall carry is insane, right? So you kind of want that stage, but the problem with this stage is that if you play on the short side, which is only 16 units across, both characters can get wall combos pretty easily.
That was in Amsterdam, bro.
That's just my
You wait
thought.
till
When I
the
think about
finals
when I
in
think about games
the
like this, I
home
go,
court
all right,
advantage.
like my strength as a Leo player is that my wall
I would
carry is
expect to be
insane. So
competing
what
in the
stages
LCQ. I expect
accent
them to get
that?
on points.
Any
Especially,
stage that
again,
makes
remember, this
me
is only the first Asian
most of the
region
time
challenge, right?
advantage at wall carry over other people. And in certain situations, on this stage, if you're lengthwise like this, you're not at advantage because no one has this fucking wall carry. 28 units across, no way. No one has that wall carry. But 16 units, a lot of people have that wall carry. So you kind of lose that strength as a Leo player. If you wanted to play like a big stage, you could have gone Abandoned Temple. Abandoned Temple would have still been better than this. Just my thoughts on I think about stage picking a lot. All right, hit out of the BOK 3. I think it's a very, very strong thing about Leo, so it's like I think thinking about it is important. Nice. That little walk back. Yeah. Because Obama's right. This character kills you on the wall. So, you know, playing around the wall I think is a very good idea. So, 4-3 doesn't go for the last hit. Yeah, I think so too. I think that because they decided that they wanted players to pick stages, I feel like it's something people should really think about a lot more. I actually think that it kind of shifts the tier list a little bit because characters that can get their stages more often probably have a better chance at winning. Not too much. Anyway, so he rolls to the right. 4-4-4-3 using a tracking move here. Doesn't get the punish. And then another tracking move, right? So once Gen gets here, that backdash was really, really sick. Dash up, dash back. 1-4-1. Yeah, and then you try to down forward 2+3. Does Swook have any shorter length than 16? No. Well, if you count from the corner to the edge, it's 16.5. But the shortest stage, Swook is 17.5 by 26.5. So it could be what's it called? But if you like go from edge to edge, which doesn't happen very often because the Swook is tapered at the corners, then it'll be 16.5. So not really, no.
Counter hit, push to the wall. Again, testing him with the. She can bleed you at the wall. Not gonna matter.
So this is what I'm talking about, right? Look who's at the wall. That was a 16 unit situation. That's a 16 Misha meter unit situation, whatever. 16 unit situation. If this stage was on Mishima building if this was on Abandoned Temple, if this was on any other stage that you could have chosen for those reasons that I stated before, you wouldn't have been on the wall in this situation. But you would have still had that same advantage.
Get up low kick. Counter hit, push to the wall. Again, testing
Didn't get the
the
wall
lows.
splat that he wanted.
Very dangerous. Demon's Paw able to work out here.
Oh!
Let's go.
How did he do that?
I can't believe this happened first.
Let's go.
How did he do that?
Round 2. Fight.
That was crazy.
Wow, let's get it.
What
Down
was
four.
Round 2.
Just throw that down for two.
Fight.
Wow,
Double-
let's get it.
Yeah.
What
Down
was that
forward,
slow-mo? Was it down forward one?
So you see, actually, even Gen, what the first thing that he does on this is that he actually steps to the right.
Let's get it.
He's almost aligning himself for the better angle.
What
Down
was that
forward
slow-mo? Was it down forward one?
Yeah, he did that.
Counter
Down
hit.
forward one, but then the raise
Now
down
he's
was able
very
get
close
out.
to the wall, and then he goes for a homing move. He's really thinking about the stage here. So I think that he's really thinking about the stage. You see, like, there's a ton of homing moves that he's throwing out. He's throwing out a ton of down 4-3.
Down back four now from Book, trying to test him low. And for Gen, it's going to be, how can I get in a position to be able to effectively try to mix Book up, right? Without,
You see, right? You see a lot of that stepping, right? Step left, stepping with him, right? He's trying to keep him on that line. Going for more of those quarter forward ones.
For a launch here.
Plus frames.
Build up plus frames. I'm gonna take my low. I'm willing. I'm
Take
content.
that. Oh, with
I'm
the
content to
launcher
just
now.
shave off that little bit of health. Not try to win it all in one
Oh, but
swing.
misses the wall carry and he had that.
Mm.
A lot of damage left on the table for
And
both.
doesn't let the follow up rip. Off a drive
good
again.
block. Good
Nice
block.
block.
On the low,
See,
the
you get that while standing 4. It's not a big deal in this matchup, right? While standing 4, just backdash.
Doesn't let the follow up rip. Off a
Okay.
drive
So he goes for the
again.
low, gets
Good block on
blocked.
the low.
He just backdashes out, right? Who cares? Jin doesn't have a low in this situation that's going to scare you, so you just backdash block. You don't even need a Korean backdash cancel. Just do one singular backdash. You're out of all the ranges.
The rising 4 punish. Okay.
Nice
And the
delay,
back
back
two
2-1.
able to close it out. Even on rounds here, game 2.
Oh, tries to go to the side step.
No combo, or he didn't get the counter hit, the full counter hit combo back to 1+2, but he got it down forward 4, so it was something. Maybe he thought it was going to be off axis because he stepped to the right. Oh, maybe not. I'm not sure. Plus frames.
Block 3, able to just apply more pressure off
No
the
punish again. So this 4-4-3 got nerfed from being 12 to 11 to being 14 to 12. And the reason why that is because it has a follow-up low that also has a counter hit property to it. So it's kind of a mix-up. But the thing is that it went 14-12 because it gave people the ability to react to the last hit not hitting and then still getting a punish. Before, it was super hard to recognize that the second last move didn't come out and to still get a punish because it was like, by that time it was like, oh, you're maybe get a 10 frame punish off. I definitely like Hammerhead as a stage, as a concept for a stage. I think that for Leo, there's better stages in this matchup specifically. I think other characters that have long ranges, maybe you could pick different stages.
He's fishing for big hits.
So this is also something that Leo players, including myself, need to get better at. Once you get 2 units away from the wall,
Oh, tries to go to the side step.
once you get 2 units away from the wall, Hell Sweep becomes much scarier. So right there, right? So he needed to be just a little bit farther away because he was kind of standing on it. But you see where that line is right there? If he is a little bit far forward, then he would have gotten a full combo off this. In this situation right here, for Leo, it's a 50-50. Because if she does forward 1+2, that's a wall bounce combo. If she does down back forward 1+2, she gets a wall splat in the full combo. Hey, Gary, how's it going?
Fishing for big hits. Finally gets the low
Ooh.
follow-up.
Good punish. on
Kind of
the
getting
low.
greedy on that one.
Yep.
He kind of scaled his combo a lot with that first jab, though. So, honestly, he didn't get punished till his...
His combos there is booked.
I mean, the
Down
fortunate thing
4.
about this character is
There you
if
go.
have bad
That was so cool.
if you're bad with
You see him again, down 4,
the fortunate thing about
immediately
this
started
character is
stepping
if you have
right,
bad-
getting off the wall.
If you're bad with combos, right? Let's say you have a lot of drops.
Chopping
He
away
has
at the
so
ankles.
many neutral options. He's just a jackknife. He has everything you could possibly want.
Oof.
Full neutral control, man.
Hey, Prograph, how's it going, homie?
Big return, gonna put him at the wall. Get in trouble here. Oh, K&K.
2-1. Ooh, the fakie didn't work out. That was the setup.
The low and it hit such a far
The
range. It
fakie and the
looked like
sidestep move.
Leo was in the air.
Now
there.
Liquid getting in his first.
Oh, you know what I could do? I could do
I
this.
don't want to hear any excuses about first
I'll make
tournament
life a little
jitters.
bit
Come
easier.
On
No,
now.
you
You're a
won't get in.
professional now.
You won't get in.
Actually, at that point, I can't think. I feel like, oh no, not that one. I can fit it in the corner. Yeah, that works.
But with big advantage.
Oh,
Oof.
what a block and a punish.
Hold on, let me do this.
Too far for the wall. Is it? No. Stance.
Get frames, step away. Definitely a
Talon book right now.
tried and true strat.
But with big advantage.
Huge block though. That was crazy.
Too far for the wall. Is it? No.
He delayed it. Able to get the carry. Gets
With
the
a
back
jump
turn.
over, what a dirty move with the down forward, with the down two.
He was too late on Savage Sword, but it could have worked.
Low.
Fakie,
Dagger,
it goes
and
low that time.
Down four.
He did one game. Actually, now that you say that, I vaguely remember him going to Steve in one game.
Taking a play out of
Trying to apply pressure.
They look so old.
Again, Chicken has to be a little bit antsy, at least respect the threat of back.
Ugh.
Again, those
Leon, how's it going, homie?
low normals from Steve. In
Let me
close
get back
range.
to this.
He's able to tip. I think much.
All right.
Well, a lot,
So-
to be honest with you, a lot of the cast that survived and made
Steve, hold on. What makes Book extra lethal in tournament? How comfortable he is with the character, able to react to every situation with the best moves, and has the right combo adjustment. You saw how he realized he was gonna go for the low wall split and immediately went for the jump over, and then he caught again. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things like that. Again, there's little things like that where you're like, he has like micro adjustments that are crazy, and then there's like crazy things, like the way that he mixes up his momentum and his movement is insane. Like he just really he knows how to get hits by just doing things at a different time. And that sounds really abstract, but the thing is that he is so good at it because like we were saying before with El Rey, he doesn't have a lot of quick moves that give him big reward other than Magic 4, which is dockable. So then he has to really work on mixing up his timing in order to get people to sort of run into his moves. So that's the thing that good book or good Jin players are at. Run It Black has the same style. He has the same exact style as Book. I think them two. I think if Run It Black got better, he looks a lot like Book.
to the end of that tournament. I think much to everybody's
Anyway,
surprise.
so he goes to Steve. Fuck that. What fucking... This dude's an asshole. Because
Whoa, we got a Steve.
fucking Steve is such a good matchup for Geese. And the reason why is that 13 frame hit 13 frame back one, that shit is frightening in so many situations for Geese, because there's a lot of situations where he gets +3 or +4 and then he wants to do a homing move which is about 18 frames. He can't versus this character. So this character gets to step on him hellas. He has to go for jabs and down forward ones. If he goes for a down forward one, then and he gets hit by it, then Geese gets to go for homing moves. He gets to go for mix-ups. But before then, not really. And the second thing is that he also has a punch parry, so you can't be doing 2 forward 1 on him.
Present here, yeah. Low high opting for Steve. Interesting
Are you
choice.
surprised by this choice right here?
I mean, I can't recall. Did he? I don't think.
Ooh, slap the shit out of him.
Actually,
Look at that.
Now that you say that, I vaguely remember him going to Steve.
So does what's it called?
Play out
Trying to
of
play. Now I recall. Did he? I don't think he played Steve in Grand Final. Maybe he did one game. Actually, now that you say that, I vaguely remember.
So that's a good combo. That does 1-1-2 or no 1-2-1-1 does slightly more damage than any of his other enders, like down 4 forward 3 Jake and
play out of
Trying to apply
the
pressure.
D-book.
And again, Chikrin has to be a little bit antsy. At least
so
respect
no
the-
punch
what the
parry.
threat of
But
back-
one of the things that Chikrin will do is that he'll do 2 forward 1 against characters that can punch parry and be like, all right, can you do this? Can you do this when I don't do it all the time? It's a very good idea. Because a lot of people who in a high level, what they'll do is that they'll be like, "Oh, I'm a Steve player, so you can't do 2 forward 1 on me." Instead, you go like, "All right, I want to see you do it though."
Low normals from Steve in close range.
Negative
He's able to
13,
take it on
close
his
up,
turn,
so you
but
got
again,
10
like,
frame
oh,
punish.
I thought
Ooh, counter hit.
for
Slap the
the
shit out of him.
One bar to spend. No wall to be able to count on to
Yeah.
get the damage buff. But reset the neutral.
He might have killed if he spent meter, but it's not worth it.
And For Chikrin at this point, he's even looking for.
I probably would have done it because I'm stupid. But
But
Chikrin's actually really greedy with meter. There's a lot of situations where he doesn't kill.
Wow.
Wait for it. Lowhigh will eventually give
But
you
really,
something
man,
that you
Chikrin's
definitely
ducks
want.
are Chikrin's ducking, like his ability to read highs or lows is insane.
Steve Kazama in there, back three confirmed.
The Steve Kazama
Thing is, you don't get the big damage
reference.
because of the walls in the stage,
All right.
but Suga able to get a good bit of carry.
Safe mid. See the amount of use that he's gone for down 4-2, and it's largely because of the fact that in this matchup, naturally, Steve thinks that he can step. So he's going for homie moves all the time.
Really hard to time.
Oof.
Counter hit back one.
That looked like back 4, though. It's not something you usually throw out in neutral.
It's really hard to time.
Sidestep and crumple.
Counter hit back one. That's a lot. Anytime you get touched with that,
Nice combo.
that's one of those moves. Anytime you get touched with counter hit back one like that,
Yeah.
you the
feels
screen
good.
shake, you feel it. You feel the
Yeah, whenever you get hit by counter back 1, you're
I'm
just
about
like,
to get shaved 45% of my life, man.
very few things make you feel bad like counter back 1. Range on back 1's stupid.
We're now trying to back up. Just backing up. Working the down three.
Down 2-1.
While standing 4, again, back 3 confirmed. Here's the difference between a lot. 45% of my life, man. At least
Just trying to see.
off the crouch jab.
So you get the sidestep 3 and he backs up, right?
We're now trying to back up. Just backing up. Working the down three.
Look, that was like such a really interesting sequence. Is why I'm constantly going back to it, right? So he goes while standing 4, right? And while standing 4 has some decent pushback. You can see that the range afterwards, when they're at 0 range, is kind of silly, right? He does like a mini backdash into back 3-2. I think he expected a jab or something in this, and then he got the hit anyway. But it's just an interesting.
While standing 4, again, back 3
It's just an
confirmed.
interesting
Here's the
sequence right
difference
there.
between a lot of these other
What
I was talking about earlier, right? Every time
Way
Chikrin
too
is done,
far.
it's on hit.
14 frame punish, yeah.
Not really playing around, not really trying to emphasize it as a string or emphasize the middle frame of it. That's the first time you've even seen it. Back three
Ooh.
confirmed. Let it rip.
Thought back 3-2. I thought back 3 sucks. You can't do it
Shades of
anymore.
Korea here right now. You
Deja
Lowhigh?
vu again?
That teaches you a lesson, folks.
Something like that.
No move sucks if it always hits.
Again, shocking, right? It's crazy, man. This game, the way it breaks down between Japan and Korea in particular, right?
Plus
The way-
frames.
With the way they trade tournament wins in each other's regions like that.
Yeah,
Again, this
Japan's
game
insane
feels like
right
they
now.
Capture the flag right now, right?
Who was the one that won in the Korea tournament?
The Roma, that was 2 years
Roma?
ago.
Yeah, that was wild. That is
Back 3-2 on block.
That's like winning
What the
League of
fuck
Legends
was
and he's
that?
still
In this bracket,
Did you
he's
see
still in
that
this bracket,
shit?
he's still alive.
goes down. Won in the Korea tournament?
The Roma, that was
So
the
he
Roma.
does back 3-2 on block, right? And then he does sidestep back 3-2.
In the Korea
Or down back
The Roma,
3-2.
that was
The
2 years
Roma,
ago.
yeah, that was wild. That is goes down. That's like winning League of Legends. in
Weird.
He's
Korea.
still in this bracket. He's still in this bracket. He's still alive. Jab pressure, trying to wait to see if Lowhigh gives him anything. Works the down floor, trying to crush some highs.
Very nice. 1-1-2. Finish it off.
Lowhigh staying in there. The other thing too is, right, Steve has a lot of
Big low
built-in
parry.
mobility and movement too, right? Maybe if Geese has a lot of good passive tracking moves.
Okay.
But at least if you have that mobility built in, maybe you give yourself some better chances to be able to create some whip punish opportunities than maybe some other characters.
Forward 4. I'd imagine that's hard to punish. I was actually testing a lot of punishes on Ford 4 with Geese, because Ford 4 Geese is -13. And I originally assumed it to be a lot like Brian 3+4, but Brian 3+4 has a lot more pushback than Geese Ford 4. So I originally thought things like that on well spaced Ford 4s could be safe, but things like Armor King, shoulder, and back 1-2 from Paul, like absurd 13 frame punishes or 12 frame punishes that have crazy range, a lot of the times they will punish it. So I don't know if Steve will. I didn't do the research on Steve, but I did the research on a lot of other characters. I think a lot of people should look into their 13 frame punish for Ford 4, because a lot of people are getting away with it for free, because I think they did the same thing as I did. They assumed it to be very close to Brian 3+4, and if you look at the pushback difference, it's nowhere near the same.
Going going to that stage select.
things
perhaps
max
is going to
range forward
be
4 for Geese can
exercising
still
of
be
his
punished
right.
by characters.
Really go
Max
for
range 3 plus
something
4
with a
from Brian
few more
cannot be
walls,
punished by I
perhaps?
think anybody. I tried so many what I thought were to be the best 13 frame punishes in the game. I couldn't find a single one to reach.
The wall breaks.
Armor Kings is I think the
Yeah,
farthest
this
one,
is one of those stages where
and I
it's also the
couldn't
big
get
thing
it
is
for the
it's-
life of me.
It's rectangles, but they're all like straight rectangles.
Okay.
It's not even really like rounded. Like some stages are kind of like octagonal or
Like a
rounded,
dragon's nest, yeah.
like those kinds of stages.
Duel mode. So
It's
this
just
is the
where
second
you walk, you
time
get your hit,
we've
you know
seen
you're
Duel
gonna
mode
get
de
walked over
Sirio.
with this character, you know you're gonna get the
Uh,
wall. I can just be able to just put him in a corner.
It's
ideally,
pretty
or just
interesting.
be able to hold my wall pressure.
Wait, actually,
Steve
I want
can
to go.
also drip, you know, bleed characters out.
I kind of want to
Clear
see
wall.
if he picked it.
They're all like, yeah,
Well, all of
He did pick it.
going
Okay,
back
cool.
to
angles.
So yeah, stage on top 20 by 23, and then it drops down to a 22 by 5 by 26 stage. So the same thing as before. Geese wants to stay up high. You don't want to play neutral too much. I wanna get to the wall.
Geese, man, like, Geese does it better than anybody else.
drip or drown.
For sure.
Oof.
Magic 4, trade.
Trade.
Trade with back
Favor low
one.
high, able to recover in time. Try to apply some pressure.
Wave. Okay, stands
Oof,
around,
10
okay,
count.
do that, Austin
Ding
Creed.
ding.
I love that move.
Yeah, 10 count's sick as fuck.
Part is out.
The first one, not the second.
The second one's good. Starts
alright,
with
it's
pound.
alright, it's
Yeah.
Oh, you say movie? I wasn't listening to them.
Well, one's down. Here we go back 3-2.
Back 3-2 without any meter. I thought that move sucked.
Trying to check him. Check his step.
To be fair, in this matchup, it's a little bit more interesting to use because it's negative 15 on block. So it's going to be the same as some of the other punishes, but it's going to hook you up way more on reward with meter, right? So throwing it out in this matchup's not. It's like throwing out anything else that you're looking for a hit with, right? Like with Geese. If it's going to be like negative 13 or like a little bit more than that, you might as well be back 3-2.
You see Chikrin again fishing with that 4. Those low highs maybe trying to come in laterally, but then maybe look for a
Nice.
step. But low high right now is just out poking.
Down
He's
forward
out playing in
one.
the mid range.
Sorry, I'm trying to drink a lot of water because I started introducing.
One again.
And this will take him to the wall. Oh, he's gonna do damage. Oh, he's gonna
A
get some
lot of
off the
creatine
house.
into like my protein shakes and stuff like that because goddamn do I hurt after the
Gets some
gym.
rope. Get to the wall.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna do damage. Oh, he's gonna get the ropes now.
Chikrin wants off this wall. Down 2. I want something. Get me out of here.
Down 3, back 3. That's not safe anymore. Yeah. And low high ready for it.
Dude, look at Lohai fucking mauling him.
Threatening in this round. Hold on. Down 3, back 3. That's not safe anymore. Yeah. And low high. Hold on. Down 3, back 3.
I think that's the only time I've seen back 3
Low
punished.
high ready for it.
They've been
So
waiting
far.
for these Geese nerfs for a long while now. And Lohan able to capitalize on
Oh,
that.
you're gonna you gonna deal with back 3-2? Very nice combo.
He's gonna drip you again. 50%
Exactly.
round start just like that. Up in one hit.
Balcony's behind you though. That's scary. Plus frames.
Bar
He did
economy is
plus
the other
1
thing.
into
We have
fucking
lost
back
at the
3.
back.
I'm so surprised that wasn't a back 1.
Knock him off.
And again, Chikrin sensed he was in danger.
Boom!
Come off.
So actually, yeah, players still got to get used to the change. You're absolutely right. So this is one of the things that me and Bloodhawk, which is one of my good friends, me and Bloodhawk both went into the lab for. So a lot of characters that have punch parries can punch parry the second hit of Jake and 4, not Jake and 3, but Jake and 4. So Jake and 3 happens too fast, but Jake and 4 doesn't. So the second hit, but the delay between the first hit and the second hit can be punch parried.
And again, Chikrin sensed he was in danger. Whoa! Punch parry?
I've never seen it until then, but I tried it with Leo. Leo can do back 1+3, which is the side switch one. She can also sabaki it with 2+3. And any other character that has that these sorts of tools can also do that.
Back 3 like that too.
Up with the sweep on the launcher.
Chikrin gonna get sidewall here.
Yeah. While running one's the go-to when you don't know how the wall
Open
is
on
gonna
that
hit.
count.
Down 2.
Wood.
And you see low high, the micro step left too.
Honestly, he doesn't take a lot with down 2. Dude, look at this hold on the low parry. This was a read.
Low
Ugh.
He was
Doing the low
crouching.
parries.
He was crouching for days. He knew that
That's
shit was
true.
coming.
Oh.
Break on the 1+2. Low parry in return. Chikrin, okay, gonna get
Is he gonna break the wall?
Knocks him off.
How does he end this combo? Oh, he missed the running one.
Yeah, missed it, but
Combo. They're trading blows now.
down 4-1 and jab checks in the mid-range. But he's got to be careful. Again, low high always has the threat of a
That's
back
with the check,
one.
yep.
Counter hit back one can
Good
just
break.
end it here. Air Shippuden. That's costly though. That's man.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, no
2,
gauge
4,
to work
3
with
in the
here.
plus
He's got
frames.
to rely on just straight geese with the wall pressure. He has 1 bar now. It spends it on pressure. Down 4-1 at the wall. Able to shut down
Oh, he didn't get the wall spot he wanted. He still got down
Oh,
3.
Chikrin staying alive. That's crazy.
That was great. Look at him maul. Look at.
No gauge here. Air Shippuden again. Low high always has the threat of a
That's with
back
the check,
one.
yep.
Counter hit
I'm so
back one
surprised he
in the
went for
mid-range.
max mode
But he's
here.
got to be careful. Again, low high always has the threat of a
That's with
back
the check,
one.
yep.
Counter hit back one can
Good
just
break.
end it here. Air Shippuden. That's costly though. That's man. No
I don't
gauge.
agree with that.
Yeah, no gauge to work
Plus
with here.
frames.
He's gotta just rely
I was
on
trying to see
straight
how
geese with
this
the wall
worked
pressure. He
out.
has 1 bar
Down
now.
3.
It spends
Plus
it on pressure.
frames.
Down 4-1
Just
at
the
wall.
little hits, man. All the little hits that added up for Chikrin. That's
Oh,
crazy.
That's crazy.
Fight.
Oh, here we go. Forces crouch on block.
There you go. Get out of
Stepping into the
crouch.
lows now.
Yeah, a little bit of damage.
Low parry, one
Big
down.
low parry.
Low parry there from Chiku.
Gonna put low high in this corner.
Into the corner. What a sequence.
Single Rapuken, he has the most frame advantage after that. Oh,
He's
gets
dead.
intercepted with the 2. Puts him at
Yeah,
the wall.
closes
He
out.
still
I
has the
think he
bar.
does.
Yeah.
He's got it. 1-1, staying alive. And that's been Chikrin all weekend long, right? If you noticed him, he, Godbei Akuma from China, had him at set point. Legit ran him, what, I think like 5 rounds straight? Chikrin was in critical health in that the first round of this tournament. That was the
people-
Back
he almost
3-2
got
max
rid
one
of
on
it
block.
right
He
away.
either
Some people
goes
play
for
better
low or
with their
side
back
step.
against the wall.
There's one other. There was one other time he went for.
Is able to use that for the comeback.
There's one other time he went for backdash into forward 1+2.
Man, he was able to run that back. That's crazy. Back to the infinite stage, though, again. This is just a strategic pick from low high.
So we
right?
went from infinite stages to the wall and back to
the
where we
infinite.
came.
Why do you
Alright.
think that is?
Let's
Once
see
again,
it.
take away that explosive damage potential from these.
I'm yeah, going to the wall. Go to a no walled stage is very good.
Right? Especially pressure. And then low high, he's just thinking, well, I'm gonna just try to block it out. I'm gonna block it out. Hopefully do my best, make him get a duck and a
Ooh,
launch.
forward 4.
How can he slap, man? Looking back up.
This
Fishing with the
beat
down
slaps.
4. Mixing up with lows, good break on the throw.
Another break. I don't think one player has successfully thrown the other in this entire matchup. It's so good with the breaks.
I think at the beginning of the first game, low high got a throw.
There was a 10 count. Yeah.
Got a 1+2 if I remember correctly. So magic 4? Not
Before
magic.
the opening gambit.
Just 4. Down 4-1.
Oof,
Mixing
punished.
With the 4 button there. Oh, fishing with the parry. Low high not giving it to
Got
him
him
though.
crouching.
Down 4 again. The high crush properties there.
Nice.
Far reaching
I like that.
early.
There was a really good. I like that
Oh,
backdash here.
fishing with the parry.
Got
Low
him.
high not giving it to
Got
him
him
though.
crouching.
Do that down 4 and then
Down
forward.
four again, the high cross
While staying
properties
forward, just back up.
Far reaching
Don't wanna
It
deal
reaches
with it.
way further than you think.
No punish.
Lows
whip
here, back
is
two.
good.
Oh,
Okay.
counter hit.
Staggered it, man. That's so good.
Yeah.
He knew that low high was gonna be was gonna press after. He staggered it, and that button has high crush properties. While standing 1 pressure, canceling the rep. Gotta be careful there.
Wow.
Oh, finally a throw. Big one too.
I can't believe that worked.
This thing you put low high in rage. There's the threat of EX Sonic Bang here. Chikrin cannot overextend. Oh, shoved it down.
Wow. I can't believe he got stuffed out of it. Just in the last hit. He's shoving mids in his mouth because he doesn't want to do that low. I legit can't believe he went for the crazy back 2 here. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to go for this back 2 here. If you want to go for a mid, you could have done almost anything else. I was just way surprised when he did this. I was mad surprised.
Intercept.
Round 3. Fight.
Pivot down 4-2.
Trade.
Chikrin now just backing it up. Putting a little bit of gauge. Down 4 again.
I sidestep left. Oops.
This is the 4 again.
Yeah. Very nice.
This is Tekken though, man. Like these,
That shit pissed me off so much.
this is
I
the
thought back 3-2
Tekken though,
sucked.
man. Like,
I thought back 3-2
right?
sucked.
Little pokes. Both of them just utilizing side steps, lateral steps.
Oh,
Try to go for the mix up. Yeah, you can just roll out of that. Don't even bother.
Rolled the right way. Again, down forward, Chickering catches him.
KO.
Is that one forward one?
Chickering catches him.
He's made a harder. Oh yeah, down one forward one.
Chickering now on set
He doesn't
point.
really use that all that
And
often.
look, man, after it looked like Lohai was coming here for redemption after that grand finals in Korea.
Bro,
all
look
of
at
a
this
sudden,
side.
Chickering
Look
is
at
able
the
to just-
the
he's
situation
slowing
that
down the pace of matches
Lohai's
and
in
adapting.
now.
Low
And he got a
parry,
low
pick him
parry.
up.
He was on set point a second ago.
Walking on water out here. Make me a believer. Shining
Down
these
two.
shoes.
Oof.
Pressure now from Lohai.
No,
Back
coming
three,
back
two,
now
no.
with their aggression.
Doesn't
Oh,
let it
Oi.
run. Gotta hit back on again.
How does he end this?
What is Oki?
Gotta pick
Oh,
up.
I think he dropped the last part. I think he wanted it.
I said Rukukin.
Oh, back 3-2. That's good. He gives up Oki there.
What the fuck was it? Look at the pump fake.
That's gonna do it. That's over. Chickering. Moving on.
Double
to the
low
side.
parry
Over
buffer
Lohai. Good
into
stuff to
back
UIU
3-2.
though. UIU 2 players in this top 8. One of them out. They still have one remaining. But go
Crazy.
To